right, y'all, we finna be live now. Check, check. All right, y'all, we finna be live now. We got it now. Check, check. Okay, here we go, y'all. I'm about to go live. Check, check. All right, Unpacking the Baggage podcast. We're back. We had some technical difficulties, but we're going to start this thing over. Go ahead and turn your volume down, Tristan. Hopefully you guys can hear me now. We had some technical difficulties, but shout out to my man, Q Note, for hooking us up and coming through for a brother. So I'm going to ask you guys to start all over, and we're going to start all over again. You guys have already heard our sponsors. But I'm going to ask you to just share the live, right? Share it so that we can get back. Let me go ahead and share it on mine at followers. Let me go ahead and do that. And then let me go ahead and share this.
Yes, everybody don't forget to share and like this live and reply share. That way we can shout you out too.
Yes, let me go over here and share it from the UTB page. Let me go and share it from the UTB page. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and start over. I'm your host, B-Level.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Tristan Transformations.
And together we make up the Unpacking the Baggage podcast. Now, tonight we got a late start, so we're going to ask you guys to come on in, share it. We're back, and hopefully we will get people to come back in as normal. You were sounding good and great as we normally do. Let me make sure I got Tristan on here because I don't have him on here. Let me make sure Tristan is up here. Okay, he's not coming in. Okay, let's. I gotta get Tristan in here. I gotta get Tristan in here. I gotta get him back.
Thank y'all for coming back. Y'all share.
Yes. Oh, there. That's wild.
We got it fixed, y'all. We back.
I'm gonna get Tristan in here so they can see you, Tristan. Let's see. We gotta get Tristan. There you go, Tristan. You back in here. There we go. Now y'all can see Tristan back. All right. Now we're getting it back in here, y'all. We just had to take some time to get it right. We got Tristan here now. So today we are going to, we've already introduced our sponsors. We were talking earlier. You guys could not hear me. We're going to ask you to share the live so we can get back to our business, okay? Now, I'm really excited as what I was saying earlier. I'm really excited because Tristan and I have been without a co-host for almost 2 months, right? And so we have our brand new co-host. Now, I made the announcement that we had chosen somebody, right? And I put out a flyer that said interim co-host, right? And so I want to explain the interims because somebody was like, well, she is it. All right. The reason why I put interim is because oftentimes people don't know what they sign up for, right? You think it's easy. And so there's always a trial period to something. I totally believe that I had over 50 applicants that Tam and I went through and interviewed. Some of them we were not able to get to just because we had so many. And I will tell you, out of the 50 applicants, there were a lot of great candidates, right? If you apply for the co-host position, there are a lot of great candidates. I really wanted to take my time with this new pick. I felt like I rushed the first time, right? So I wanted to be very careful and methodical about who I picked because I felt like I wanted somebody that could bring something to our platform, could bring some experience, had been through some things. And so I did not pick quickly. I prayed about it. Tam and I talked about it. We argued about it. We fought about it. We even got Tristan on our ass because we didn't let Tristan be a part of that process.
Not trying to replace me.
But Tristan was been on tour all week. He's been
seat. I ain't even in the same seat no more. They done move some stuff around. You see how they do me? I go do another job. This is the thanks I get.
Listen, that is no. Listen, man. I want to say this. I do need to say this though. I first of all want to thank Tristan, because when we brought Tristan on, Tristan was only supposed to come on once a month, but he was thrusted into. I said, Tristan, I need you here every week.
All my Sundays. I got food on the stove now.
I said, Tristan, I need you here every Sunday. So, big shout out before I, put my attention to Andrea. I want to stop and give a big round of applause to Tristan Hobb, y'all. Come on,
thank y'all. Thank you. You gotta give people the flowers while they're here.
And really, here's the deal. Really, I get an inbox almost once a week telling me how wonderful Tristan is, and I always say, hey, I totally agree with you, but we threw him in the fire very hot, and he rose to
it was a fire.
He rose to the occasion. We had a very controversial episode about pastors, and he had to sit through that. And then he had to sit through my apology, which he took a shot at me saying my apology list was long. And Tristan, that apology was only 10 people on that list.
Only 10
but listen, that list was from the age of 18 to I'm 50. Okay. So that's all of the people. That's 10 people from the age of 18 to 50. Okay. And I did not make that clear. You just thought that was just a list within the last year or so.
Okay. That 5 years. Okay. I get it.
But listen, I bought gifts. Hand me that.
Okay. We got some gifts.
So Tristan, you put it up there. So I give this to Tristan. I bought this for Tristan. Go ahead.
Okay.
And that is an appreciation. Yeah.
It's a pistol?
Yes. No. That is.
They say you want some money.
That is an appreciation gift for Tristan that shows my appreciation. It got his name on it.
It's gold. They know I like gold. They got the little dollar sign. They know about the coin.
Yes. Yeah. So listen, to show my appreciation for Tristan, I'm forever grateful that he just jumped right in.
It's wrapped up real nice.
Yeah, that he just jumped right in and just filled in the seat. Tristan, thank you, bro. That's my partner. Listen, he is gonna be with me to the end. He did not have any pick in Andrea because he was on tour.
Yeah, they kept me out the loop.
Yeah, I mean, it was just I would have actually tied your whole week because we went through the week interviewing people, right? Mm-hmm. Tristan, do me a favor, hold up that other bag, that right here, okay, and I want to show people that not only did I give Tristan a gift, but there is Andrea welcome aboard gift.
She already got a raise. Yeah. She been here 20 minutes, and I already got it's long, it's heavy.
So that's her welcome aboard gift for Andrea. There you go.
Tristan, you throwing shade already.
Oh, no.
Not already.
So,
just a little bit.
So listen, I just kind of want to go through. I really do think that Andrea is going to bring a lot to our platform and our conversation. And so congratulations, Andrea. We are basically throwing you in the fire, and hopefully my conversation, I've been on the phone with you all week, just kind of going through what the podcast is about. And so I believe that you have a gift, and I believe that you're very talented, and I'm thankful that you applied and wanted to be a part of it. And so the first question, because I think our listeners need to get to know who Andrea Hicks is. They actually saw you last week on the Battle of the Sexes episode, but they didn't really get a really good taste of who Andrea Hicks is. So, give us a snapshot of who's Andrea Hicks? Who is she?
So most definitely. Well, first I want to say thank you. I really want to say thank you, and I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity, number one, and allowing me to come on as your interim co-host or standard co-host.
Co-host, yeah, co-host.
But I do appreciate that. I am a mother of 3. I have 26-year-old twins. I have a 12-year-old daughter. I am a life coach. I wasn't born here, but Arkansas is my city. My parents are from here. We started off on Chester. I'm a real West Side baby. Grew up on South Monroe Street.
West Side.
Yeah. Grew up on South Monroe Street, went to Franklin Elementary, lived 5
went to
blocks from
Franklin.
Highland Court.
I went to Franklin.
And then, later on we moved to the John Barrow area. So this is my city, most definitely. I come from the struggle, and a little bit about my background. I've been in property management, asset management for about 25 years. Right. I've had the opportunity to be diverse and to be able to be an entrepreneur as well. And so I am a lover of entrepreneurship. I love helping people. I love advocating, and I love sharing my experiences. So I'm hoping that this experience on this show will allow me to do that. Mm-hmm. And that's really about it.
Well, that's good. Now, listen, we've got, I know we lost a lot of people because we had some technical difficulties, and we're starting an hour later. I need the 36 people that are on here right now to go ahead. Tell them.
Yeah, do not forget to share this live. Please share this live. And when you guys share the live, comment shared in the comment section, and we'll shout you out. We'll give you a big shout out.
And Davis Austin, I see he shared
thank
it.
You, David.
Dina, I need you to share it.
Thank you, Star
Maria.
Keisha. Shout out to Star Keisha.
Yeah, Star. Thank you for
big
sharing.
Big shout out to Dave Austin. He always tunes in every Sunday.
Every week, and he shares everything
Mary,
during the week
hey, Mary,
Yes.
That's my client. Hey, baby. Thank you. Share this live. Hey, Shannon.
Is that Mary or Marie?
Marie, I'm sorry.
Okay. Marie, share it. I need you guys to share it. Everybody that's on, please share it. Shannon Streets, please share the live. Now, I need to also ask you, what interests you, Andrea, in this? Like, what made you want to say, okay, I can do that. I'm interested in that. What made you interested in this co-host position?
I would most definitely say I just love podcasts. I love reality. And I think, again, like I just said before, I think that I have I've been lifing, y'all. I've been real lifing. And so I just think that I have some experiences that will be good. I think that they will be encouraging to some. I think that, with me, you kind of get...
Welcome back, y'all.
What you say, Tristan?
No, I was telling them welcome back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you kind of, it is kind of what it is. You get what you see. But that's what made me want to do it. I thought that you, Brian, you bring it. I don't know much about Tristan, but...
Tristan is a star, yeah. That's the star. Tristan the star. Tristan is the star. I'm just the pilot. Tristan is the Tristan.
But
is
I'm
the
just
man.
looking forward to it. I'm excited about it. And... that's the reason that I wanted to do it. I wanted to be a voice for Little Rock, and I wanted to be able to, just pour in, basically.
Now, she's saying, Tristan, that she like it now until somebody...
until somebody say...
Until somebody get hold to her. So,
well, guess what? Listen, y'all better be nice, because I'm telling you, now I did not come here to be no scholar. So I do match energy.
Okay.
So if you get out of hand up on here, Brian, this may turn into the damn jury show. Okay. So please don't do it.
She's warning y'all.
Okay, y'all bring that. Y'all bring that energy. We matching energy, and that's the whole damn show. I'm telling you, it's the whole damn show. Now, so today, what we're gonna do is we have a couple of topics actually 2 or 3 topics that we're gonna get into today. Before we start. At the end of our podcast, other than talking to Chris Webb, we're going to talk with Webb as well. But we have a situation. I was contacted, I think about Thursday. And if you guys remember, about 3 weeks ago, we did an episode where there was a state trooper at the War Memorial Stadium that had gotten hold of a young lady named Deja, pulled out her phone, and the state trooper, his name was Dakota Bailey. He pulled her phone out and took her phone and stopped her recording. He arrested a 15-year-old, I don't know his age, but a young teenager. And I was contacted on Thursday by another parent that had a 16-year-old daughter who was at the Salt Bowl, and they supplied us some video where the state trooper, that same state trooper who took Deja's phone, Trooper Dakota Bailey, actually was in a group of other state troopers, and they took this 16-year-old girl and they slammed her down on the concrete and they arrested her. And we're going to show you the video, as well as we're going to talk to her dad, her stepmother, and we're going to talk to the young lady at the end of the podcast. Okay, so don't go anywhere. I know we're running a little late. Please be patient with us because I do want to give Andrea the proper introduction and welcome to it. So I'm not going to skip through anything. Please try to stay with us as long as you possibly can. Now, if you're just tuning in, we're a little late, so I need everybody that's tuning in for the first time to share it and put shared in the comments, okay?
Yes, please share this live video. We got 31 people on here, so I should see 31 shares.
Yes, I see Lil Brian is just coming on. Lil Brian shared a video. Brian, we came in late. That's why you coming in late. We had some technical difficulties, but we're up now. All right. The other thing that we're going to talk about is oftentimes when you have a long-term relationship, right, or a marriage, we're going to talk about when you decide to be done with a long-term relationship. We're going to talk about some of the struggles that you have while you're in it. We're going to talk about when you know it's time to leave. And then we also going to have some conversation about life after you leave, right? So long-term relationship or marriages, if you've been in a marriage a long time, we're going to talk about the struggles of being in something and the struggle when you decide to leave. What is the last straw that make you want to end a long-term relationship or a marriage? And then we're going to also talk about life after a long-term relationship or marriage as well, okay? So the first thing, I think, Andrea, have you been married before?
I have.
So you how many times have you been married?
I've been married once.
Okay. Tristan have never.
I've never been married, but I have been in a long relationship.
Okay, so we can all relate to the subject that we're talking about. I just came out of a divorce, I guess, not only 6 months ago. So we all should be very skilled in breakups in long-term relationship. And I'll just ask the general question, and either Tristan can start or Andrea can start. After being in a long-term relationship, Tristan, I'm going to start with you first.
Okay.
I'm going to give you the mic, then the floor first. What was the deciding factor that you decide to leave? Like, was your relationship typically, is there a lot of bad that happens that make you just give it up? Or are there certain build-up things that make you want to stop? Or how does that typically go?
I can only speak for like one situation because I feel
Go to the mic. You got to get close to the mic.
I can speak for one situation. I've only had like one, to me, only one long-term relationship. And I can just say, I'm the type of person that'll try to make it work. I don't like to give up. I'm a person that doesn't like to give up. So for me, I can't answer that question because I'm going to try to keep fixing it. What can I do to fix it?
That's me too.
I'm a person that I'm going to do some research. I'm going to do some soul searching. I'm going to try to talk to you. I'm a fixer. So
you try to make it work. You try to fix people.
I try to fix people because I don't like meeting new people. This is the most outgoing people have seen me on this podcast doing my live videos. I do not like meeting new people. I like to make it work, and I think that's my hang up. So
typically you saying you stay in things too long trying to fix people.
Knowing that it probably potentially not good for me. So that's something I'm learning to that's something I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying?
When I tell you, Tristan, that is exactly.
I feel like I'm a late bloomer when it comes to long-term relationships. A lot of people start at 16. There were high school sweethearts. It didn't happen like that for me. So like I kind of happened later in my middle 20s. So I'm still learning that.
So you're saying that when you say a late bloomer, your long-term relationship was just you were a lot older when you had it.
Yes, it was like at least a year and a half ago.
Well, and I think that's me too. And I've been married twice, so both of them I would have never left anybody. Right. I always let people leave me. I like you. I'm a fixer. I always try to fix things. I stay in things
I like perfection when it comes with my craft, my relationships, my friends. I like everything to be perfect. So for me to just give up, it's just not. I'm like, if the relationship going to end, is either we got physical or the other person broke up with me. You know what I'm saying?
So okay, yeah. Those are kind of those are only deal breakers for you, physical, or they leave you.
Right.
Okay, and that's kind of what happened in both of my relations. Even though I seen a lot of signs early that, damn, this is probably not going to work, right? You still have hope and prayer that, God can change your mate, and you just stay in it, even though all of the signs are telling you to get your shit and get out of there.
We got some comments. Tristan, Keisha says, Tristan Hobbs, what sign are you, a Capricorn? No, I'm not a Capricorn. Because I'm going to make it work, ass woman, but don't play with me either. That's definitely me, and I'm definitely a Gemini. I'm going to make it work, but don't fucking play with me.
Oh, what Nick saying? Nick.
Oh, Nick, I've been married. It's if you are not trying to grow together, then it's toxic. Right. I'm the type of person I like to grow with my mate. So I'm just like Nick.
What up, Tam? I see you, girl.
Hey, Terica.
So Andrea, tell us about your breakup. Are you the one that tell us about how a breakup occurs with you? Are you a fixer? Are you just tell us how do you handle maneuver through situations like that?
I mean, I think that if you are really in a good relationship or a real relationship, anybody would most definitely want to fix it. If there was value to you being with that person and you did value them and you valued the relationship, you are, as a woman, it's just from a woman's perspective, you are going to give everything that you can give. But I would leave your ass, like literally, because and like Brian said, there's always signs and indicators, of disconnect. And people cannot, sometimes when you are in something, you ignore a lot of the signs in the beginning. You kind of go on, sometimes sex is involved. And so you forget some of the signs and you keep moving and you keep moving and you keep moving. But, signs are signs and they're placed there for a reason and they're placed for you to look at them and for you to try to fix them because the problems only get bigger. But for me, my indicators are, when it's dry. I mean, at the end of the day, I think, you need water. You know what I'm saying? It just
So when you
makes
say dry,
things move.
what do you mean by when you say if they're dry?
I mean, if you're in a dry place in the relationship, and some relationships go through dry places and dry patches,
yes.
but I just think when it is disturbing your mental peace, when you're not receiving anything, the person is not pouring into you, y'all are not growing together, you don't have anything together.
Those are some of the signs.
Those are all of the signs. Like and men, remember, this is one of the first signs when a woman is disconnected with you.
That's what I'm
she
talking
stops
about.
sleeping with you. So
when they give up that box, when they quit giving up that box, when they keep giving up that
you better
thing,
be trying to figure out what's going on.
Bro, when you tap her and she be rub and don't rub, listen, man, we cannot work on it if you trying to take that thing away. You gotta those are the signs when she not into you, right? When she doesn't make you a priority every day, when you are calling her more of the times than she calling you, those are signs. When she's disconnected from you, like you guys used to come home and have conversation and eat dinner and laugh and play, and then you come home, she on one side of the house, you on the other side of the house.
Correct.
Y'all were talking through the kids. Hey, go tell your mama this, and your mama go tell your daddy this, and go tell B-Level this, and go tell Joey this. When you stop having conversation, you stop working together, you stop growing together, you stop communicating together. And believe it or not, like Andrea said, in our grown folks' time, when we are doing it, that is a way that we connect. So if we're not having sex, we're not connecting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's our time at night. Other than, communicating is really important as too. But when you stop sharing intimate moments with your wife or your long-term girlfriend or your long-term boyfriend or your husband, those are signs that they're disconnected.
Correct.
And so the question for you and Tristan is, after those things happen, after those disconnect issues happen, how long do you stay in it? How long do you allow them to be disconnected before you say, cop the deuces?
Well, for me, I feel like this.
You gotta get too close to the mic. You gotta pick your mic up because I think,
I think for me, it's like, okay, when you just keep doing the same thing.
Yeah, unscrew it and lift it up. Yeah.
I think that's where I'd be like, okay,
Yes.
I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
So you just saying just repetitive.
Yes. This is something I'm like, this is just you. You're not going to change. That's when I'd be like, okay, I'm done. I don't got time for this.
Yeah.
But that's what it is for me. If I just see that you just don't want to change or not going to change, I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with it. Or it gets to the point where I'm so agitated for the sight of you.
But just remember,
done.
you just said that you are like me. You try to. So
Right,
how
that's what I'm
long do
saying.
you take that before? Is there like?
I think it's just a feeling.
Two?
I don't think it's a time limit with me. I think it's just a feeling. I got the vibe. I just gotta feel it. There's not really no time.
Yeah. De Niro, the subject is navigating through a long-term relationship or, and I put it in the live, if you want to read the question in live, navigating through a long-term relationship or divorce, when you with somebody, the struggles that you go through and when it's time to call it quits. If you've been with a person for 6-7 years, that's a long-term relationship, whether it's marriage or just a relationship. You've been in it for a while. You guys have made a commitment, whether you guys are living together, but you guys have made a commitment to each other to be in this long-term relationship. And life start lifing. And what are some of the things that can drive wedges in between couples? Obviously, infidelity and cheating is one big thing. Probably the number one reason why couples it starts to drive wedges. The cheating happens. The stop communicating, the stop working, stop making me feel value. Those are some things for me that are deal breakers that go on in relationship that makes you stop really wanting to work on it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like you. I've been through a lot of relationships that I've made a lot of issues and made a lot of problems. But the biggest thing is when we stop communicating and stop talking about it and stop trying to fix it, I think that's a big inclination that the thrill is gone out of the relationship. Right. I'm a lot like you, even when those things happen.
Because it just be that one little thing, but everything else is perfect. Like, it just be that one little situation or that one thing that just ticks you off, that just bothers you. But he or she has all these other different great qualities that you like about him. So it's be like, okay, he got all these different great qualities. Let me just keep it. Let me just fix it. It's just one little bad thing that he does. Like, I'm not gonna break up with him for that. So I think that's what it was for me.
Yeah, and then, dating. And I don't know about you, Andrea, but dating is really, really hard and difficult these days. It definitely especially at my age. I mean, what's important for me, now is different. What was important to me 10 years ago before I got out of this, this marriage, the things, the paradigm, the things that are important change. So because it's so hard to find someone to connect with, to find someone that you introduce to your family, find someone that learns you, learn your likes, learn your dislikes, learn what make you happy. You got to find somebody else, learn their likes.
So when you get to that point, you don't want to try again. You know how long it takes you to learn the person, to meet their family, to know what they don't like, what they don't like on their family. It takes a lot of work. And then especially if you guys put a lot of build into each other, like you guys build, like you guys, you started off this way, and then you learn each other. You built off of that, so it's like you just don't want to throw all that all the way. You learn from each other.
You got a couple comments.
Okay, Nick. Hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. Nick says, intellect. You have to communicate your voice, thoughts, mind, honesty, and loyalty. Be an open book. I agree with that as well.
Yep, I agree with that.
Let's see. Nastarcia is saying drugs and alcohol can too. If it's a problem and a person won't get help with it. That's exactly right.
Yes, I think Star is saying if they're on drugs or alcohol and they won't get that can tear a relationship as well. Right before we involve. So listen, while we're talking, and the Star is also saying, read Star comment. She just put something.
Okay, she says you're never supposed to stop learning each other. We don't stay the same. That's exactly what I was trying to say. I just kind of got stumped on a little bit.
So you are evolving and you're changing as a person.
Right.
Your mate is evolving and changing. Right. It is a job to keep up with the changes. What make your woman happy, your man happy today might not make them happy.
Because when I was younger, I'd be like, okay, fuck you, I'm going on to the next one. But see, now I'm older. It's like I'm older now. I'm in my 30s, so like I just want to, I'm different. Like you said, we involved.
So as
because I done cut your tires and been through. But now I'm okay. I want to learn you. I want to learn from it. I want to fix it. I want to. Let's keep it going.
So did you notice early on, Tristan, you gave up a lot quicker, right? I ain't going through this when you were younger.
I was in my Gemini state. That was my real Gemini era. I was like, fuck you, I'm going to the next, or fuck you. Like I was real mean. Now I'm a little nicer. I'm getting a little older, so I'm like more, I'm nicer. I'm trying to handle things a little bit different because I'm zero. There's no in between. I'm either zero or to jail.
What about you, Andrea?
I think now I'm not. I
I'm
don't
more
really
emotional.
just base things off of feelings because I think feelings change, you know, and I think at some point we have to learn to be happy within ourselves and not rely on other people to make us happy. But you do have to look at what's factual. You have to look at character. You have to look at what a person really wants, how they raise their children, how they are with their mother, So I think that at this point in the game, you really have to look at what you really need out of it, and then what's factual about the individual. And that's for me, because when you get this age, you're like, I can't keep going around the block over and over and over again. But if it ain't working, if it's not working, I've never been the type of person that's going to stay in it if it's not working. I will do everything that I can to try to fix it. But once you find out that it's at a, it's dead, you have to get to a place where you move forward. And that's just where I am.
Yeah. And Nick is saying, can you bring to the table what I'm bringing to the table? And I agree with him. Cause like the beginning of my relationship, we wasn't doing 50-50 things. Like, he moved in with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we would just, like, we was in high school, but like at a certain point, okay, it's 3 years now, you finna start paying bills. Like, I had to teach him how to do that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like I built you, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm not gonna just throw this away. Like I could have been somewhere else. Like I stopped doing gigs because I thought it would make him feel a certain way. Like I didn't go to Atlanta the weekend to do skits with TT or with this Instagram celebrity. You know what I'm saying? So like I stopped. I feel like my career would have been not say better. I feel like I would have got
more further
if I wasn't caring about my relationship as much as I thought he was caring about it.
And if he would have been supportive, it would have thrusted that relationship.
Yeah, I mean,
you would have been a lot
supportive, but you know what I'm saying? Like he came to a show here and there, but when you get somebody else that does more than what you thought he was doing, it brings you a different light. You know, I'm like, okay, he could have been. I feel like I need somebody who's equally. I don't know how to put this.
That's
I don't want to look
equally.
I feel like I was going for the people who looked at me up here.
So that's totally what I'm going.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like that was my issue. I feel like people felt like they had to compete with me instead of love me.
Should you date on your level? Right? Should you?
I'm gonna. Okay, I have people on the outside looking. You know, when you're in it, it's a different view. Everybody knows that. So like, when I have people on the outside, like, you need to be dating this type of person. I don't know why you don't date this type of person, because it'll never work, because they're looking at you as here. So like, I feel like that's where I messed up. But I should have been like, oh, okay. I should have just waited for that perfect person to come instead of just.
Well, I don't know if there's a perfect, but I get what you're saying.
I know what you're saying, like the perfect for me, like who understands my career, who understands my attitude, who understands what I'm trying to do. Like when I wake up every day, I'm trying to better my career. I'm about goals and stuff. So like, if you're not about that, and I feel like the people that I've been with before wasn't about goals. They were like stuck in the clubs. They're stuck here. They're just comfortable.
Yes.
Me, I'm not the type of person, like if y'all see me, like you don't follow me on social media, but like I'm getting up, I'm at the salon at 6 a.m. I have a job.
Grinding.
I'm grinding. Like I have that type of heart, that type of mentality. Like I have to get it. Like that's what I wake up thinking about. I have to get it.
Right. And so there's
I think about the future. Like a lot of people think of like what's going on now.
Right.
I'm the type of person to think about the future.
Right.
And there's a such thing as opposite attracts, right? You know.
Yes, we were definitely opposite.
Yeah, but you also want to have some of the same goals, right? You don't want to be at a 8 and they at a 2, right? I mean, I could date if I consider myself to be the 8, I'm gonna try to date a 5 or 6. You don't have to be exactly where I am, but
right,
you also
like,
you got
it's Little Rock. I don't think it's nobody who just pops my
Trisha,
flavor.
you are not finna shade on my city now. Do you are not finna?
No,
you are not finna shade on my city,
I
bro.
was settling for less. I'm just gonna feel like he was charming at first. Like I met him when I was working. I'm not gonna name drop, but I met him when I was first working at salon with Tanya. You know, so I had a boutique. You know, he was always supportive. So like I feel like I like that, because I'm not the type of person that's gonna talk to nobody or get nobody number. That it's either they're gonna give it to me or they find interest in me, because I'm just not in your type of
aggressive.
person.
You're not
I'm
aggressive
not aggressive
person
like
right.
that. So like I was like, okay, he checking me out. He sees something in me. You know what I'm saying? Got my confidence up a little bit. So that's where I didn't care what he have and didn't have. You know, I didn't look at stuff like that. But at these days, I feel like I should now.
Well, I most definitely think you should, and I most definitely am.
At the point in my life to where I'm at now, like I like look at it different. Like if you ain't because I'm not building a bear. I'm not building a bear. I'm tired of that shit. Like, because I think that's where my feelings come. Like, damn, 6 years. I feel like that's an achievement for me, because your first year, you'd have been gone.
Yeah.
If I was in my 20s, in my early 20s, you get what I'm saying? So like, I feel like, dang.
I don't think people have to be on the same. I don't think that you have to, if you're age, you have to date at 8.
No, that's
but
not.
I think that potential does come with, I think that sometimes women, we look at people and we say, oh, he has potential, but potential does have an action. It should have an action that comes with it. And so for me, like when I look at a man, sometimes, you sometimes you don't find men or you don't encounter men that can speak the way you speak or have been introduced to the things you have or even had the experiences that you have. But if they have the potential and the action with the potential, then I do think sometimes you can, because I hear people say, oh, if her credit ain't right, well, nigga, we can get your credit up. We can get you some A. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. That's how I think,
if he doesn't dress well, a good woman will dress her man, or if he does, if he's a HVAC guy, goddamn it, get him a business. You know what I'm saying? Or help him, do the business. But
that's me.
I do think that you do want to know that the potential is there and the action is there. So for me, I don't have to date upwards, but I want to know that if I do decide to, and not say date downwards, you have the potential, and if a good woman should pour into you, and vice versa, a good man should elevate you. And when they're not elevating you, then it is most definitely, like I said, just time to make some different decisions. Right. So
yeah, and I get it. So what I'm hearing you guys say is they don't have to be on the same level. They can, you can help them, but you have to have some action. You have something
some action
to work. You can't just be sorry.
Correct.
Yeah. You got to give them something to work with. Give me something to work with. And so once you guys, let's say that it doesn't work. Do you feel like when you're in it and you're struggling, whether you're in a long-term relationship or you're in a marriage, that you should have people when you're struggling? How do y'all feel about having single girlfriends or single partners? When you're struggling in a relationship, does that pull on the relationship a little bit more when you don't have people that will pour into asking you guys to stay together when they're saying, girl, I wouldn't take that, this yada yada? How important do y'all feel that it is to have mothers and fathers and people who are going to pour into your marriage or pour into your relationship and saying, things are not perfect, life is not perfect, stay in it? Or is the world just coming to you got all of these single ass? And do you feel like a person that's married should have a lot of single friends?
No, they should not.
You think that? I don't.
No, they don't.
I don't
They
think
should not.
matters.
If you're married, you need married friends, because the culture of marriage is a culture of marriage, and like single friends will. It will become a time where a single culture will impose on a marital culture. If you are at, like, for example, if you and the guys go out and y'all are having drinks, when y'all say, hey, I want to go here, a single person can say, hey, I want to go to Hooters. And that could be fine. But the married man, even though he is not cheating or even though it's still probably not an appropriate place. So it will start. And I think that married people need to have married friends. And to answer your question, Brian, when you are at that place in a marriage and y'all are having difficulties and y'all been in a relationship for a long time, you don't need to talk to your single ass friends about your marriage. You need to talk to some married men about and you need some women that's going to tell you, girl, go home and fix that.
I ain't been married before. I guess I ain't know how to answer that.
Well, you do. You need some women that's going to say, go home and shut your mouth and fix your marriage.
But that's the same thing with you, Tristan. When you're struggling in a relationship, you don't want people that'll tell you, man, fuck him, yada yada yada.
I'm smarter than I used to be. See, I talk to people that I know that's not gonna take my side, or they're gonna look at the big picture. They're gonna
give you honest.
They're gonna give
answers.
me honestly. So I don't go to all my friends. So I go, you have those friends for certain things,
right?
I'm not gonna go talk to Sexy Red about my
relationship,
long-term relationship,
your marriage.
You get what I'm saying? So like, I know who to talk to.
Right.
If I'm married, I'm gonna come to one of y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'm gonna talk to somebody who's been married.
Who's been through it, yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who's been through it. I'm not gonna talk to a single person. So I think I have the right people for the right things. And if I'm going through something, I know exactly who to talk to.
Right.
If you decide to break up because, he or she has not shown you any signs of staying in the relationship, when you decide to break up, let's say, and maybe this is more of an Andrea question because you have been married. If you get to the point where he is not showing you the signs, and a divorce, and even though you haven't been married, Tristan, I still think you can add some insight to this. You decide to get a divorce. Do you think it is healthy to share the same house while you are going through a breakup or divorce?
It just depends on what their relationship level is. Like if they're still friends, if they still have that friendly culture about themselves, I feel like it'll work. But if they're just at each other's throats, no.
I mean,
Because I know a lot of couples. They were friends first, and they know how to remain friends even if they're having a disagreement. I know a lot of people who co-parent and they're like best friends. So it just depends on their relationship, what type of relationship they have. I feel like.
And is that doable? I mean, can you break up with somebody and be friends? Shit, all my breakups, them motherfuckers be. Nah, I mean, can you really just go through some shit and break up?
You might
and still, because I don't think that that's healthy. Like, I mean,
I don't either.
Yeah.
I definitely don't
Natasha
think
said she tried it. She's like, it was a lot of tension. I feel like it would be Natasha. She said it'll be a lot of tension. She said she tried
go back up to the top and read some of them comments that we're gonna go. I think
Starney Washington said it. I don't know if this is a guy or a girl, but they said that they wanted to say something. Rosalind says married people need to have more married friends. I agree. Aaron says he disagree. What did Adriana says? Adriana said it shouldn't matter if they are single or married. If
we already got somebody calling in.
We already got some people calling in.
Hold on a second. Let's take this call.
Okay, we're gonna take this call.
I bet you this is Strodney. Strodney, I bet you this is my homie Strodney. What up, boy? What up, boy? What up, boy?
Man, you know I couldn't let it pass without speaking on it, man. Come on now.
Okay. Can you hear it, Tristan?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Go ahead with your comment, Strodney. Tell them where you're calling from.
Okay. Once you have been intimate with someone, and y'all have been intimate numerous times, y'all have been intimate for a period of times, the friendship part of it is mixed in now with the intimacy. So what happens is you can remain friends like for as their conversating part of it, but to dwell in the same house in the same space is not going to be healthy, because either one that's comfortable with it pretty much kind of would say that they got something else going on.
So you're saying that it's not. So Strodney, you're saying that it's not healthy when you decide to break up. You need to have separate residence.
Yes, you need, because it's you have a made up mind.
Correct.
I mean, because once you have tried to rekindle the relationship, or once you have tried to get things back on track to where y'all once were, and it hasn't happened, to dwell in the same house is not going to make it any better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really going to prolong it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're going to start having flashbacks of the good times, and you're going to look around the house and look at everything y'all have accumulated together, and that's gonna keep those feelings kind of lingering. But the truth of it is, once the mind is made up, and you know that the love is gone, you still have love for the person, but being in love, like I told Andrea when we was there last week, that's the key. You have to be in love to maintain a healthy relationship. Like, I was married for 29 years, and I promise you the first 15 years, I didn't really see nobody but her. She was my queen. She was my everything, my best friend. We was a real union. But once she became complacent, and she didn't have the desire to be pretty, and she didn't feel like she need to be a representative of me anymore, then that put a real strain on it. And see, me, every time I'm out, I'm not looking good just to be looking good. I represent her, even if she's not present with me.
Gotcha.
Same vice versa.
Gotcha.
So to be in the same house, no.
Okay.
That's only gonna prolong it.
All right. Appreciate you, Strodney, for the comment, bro. Appreciate you. Stay tuned. Stay locked in, boss.
Appreciate that.
I love y'all.
All right.
All right,
bro.
Strodney.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. You got more comments.
Okay, back to Adriana. She said it shouldn't matter if they are single or married. If the person wants to do right, they will do right, no matter if their friends are single or married. I agree with that too.
You missed Rosalind. Go back up. Rosalind.
I said Rosalind.
Did you say
I said married people need
Okay.
to have
Okay.
more married friends. I
Okay.
agree.
All right, go ahead.
Let's see here. Yolanda, I don't think it matters because you can have trash married friends as long as your friends are supportive. It shouldn't matter.
Okay.
I agree with that as well.
Aaron
says no. If we are going to divorce, then we don't need to live together.
Okay.
Let's see what Natasha. It definitely depends on the relationship. Denario says, "Dang, I've been driving. I would have been called in. It's not too late, Denario. You can still
you still call in, Daenerys.
Let's see.
He said, I couldn't wait to park so I could comment. I've missed so many topics. Hey, Daenerys, 501-650-9726.
And then, hey, Tiffany Jackson, share this live. Adriana says, wow.
I need you guys, if y'all are just tuning in, please share this live. I've got a lot more people than please share this live and share it in the comments so that we can shout you out. We got an hour late started. We had some great numbers, but they could not hear us. We had some audio difficulties. And typically when you come back, everybody don't come back. And so we've lost a lot of viewership. So please share this live and share it in the comments so that we can get our viewerships back. Okay. We're running a lot late tonight. So
Thank you, Natasha, for sharing it, baby.
Yeah. So you have decided to leave. Question: once you decide to leave, how long should you take to yourself before you start dating again?
It just depends on your feelings. A lot of people just can move on. Some people take years. Some people.
Somebody said, well, to get over one person, you need to get under
another person.
another one. Do you agree? Do you agree with that, Andrea?
I don't think.
I
that's
think you
true
need to
all the time.
purge.
You think you need?
I think they need to purge.
How long does purging takes? How long does purging take, Andrea?
That depends on the person. I think
It depends on the person or the situation.
They need to do the work, within themselves. Because I think that when you do leave a relationship, you should take accountability for some things. I mean, you should learn some things. You should have some experiences from some things, and you don't want to take the wrong things to the next relationship. So I think you identify those things, and then you work through that, and then you get into a relationship with somebody else.
You agree with that, Tristan?
Yes.
I saw a video with Tyrese's wife. Everybody knows that the singer Tyrese Gibson, him and his wife have been going through a very public breakup.
I haven't seen it.
And a public divorce. And I saw where she had said if she had had more positive people around her when her and her husband was going through, she would have never made the decision to leave her. One thing that she did really say that I really honed in on and I agreed with, I don't think anybody should make a decision to end a long-term relationship or marriage if they're very emotional, right? If you mad because of something he did, let's say he cheated or he misused some funds or something, I don't think oftentimes when you're in a rage and you are high emotional, I don't think that you should make a life-altering decision like, terminating a relationship or terminating a marriage because you're emotional. Mm-hmm. And most times when you're emotional and you're just thriving off the emotion, most times you're not going to make the right decision. Like, I mean, if you are pissed off, mad about something he did, I think you need to slow down. I think you need to take some time. That decision to leave somebody is always available to you. So you don't have to rush to that decision, right? Take the time. See if you guys have done therapy. Do both of you guys believe in therapy? Do y'all believe in going to therapy?
I most definitely believe in therapy. I don't know why.
Say I believe in. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta try it first.
Yeah. Do you believe that?
Folks all in my business.
Do you believe that when you've lost a way in your relationship, that therapy can get you back to where you need to be? And I don't know. It just seems like right these days.
So I can't say.
It just seems like right these days everybody are quitting. Like it don't seem like, back Big Mama and people that have been married 40 and 50 years, Andrea, they went through Papa having side babies and shit. They went through all of that. But it just seems like relationships are not built like they used to be. Everybody want this microwave way of I want everything now. You take vows if you're married and it says for better or worse, for rich or for poor. But it just seems like to me, Andrea, Tristan, that people are not sticking in relationships no more. People are just leaving. They're quitting too soon. I don't know. What you think?
I don't think that I do think that there is a difference in the dynamics between before and now. But I think that, the woman didn't used to work, the man used to, so there are just a lot of different dynamics that cause people to give up a lot faster. I think that back to therapy, I think it's a great thing. And for me, like if a person would not look at therapy, I don't know if I would continue because.
So if they say they don't want therapy, you out of there, really?
I mean, I don't know if I would be completely out of there, but I think, therapy is therapeutic and it does. Sometimes people need to talk about things. And I think that I don't want to date anyone who the highest person in their life is they self. They don't have a God. The highest person is me. Don't nobody tell me what to do. I'm the man, and some people don't have a father, so they've never really seen what real marriage looks like. They've never had this real picture of something. And sometimes you need people to take you out of an equation and out of a situation and show you, no, this is what this really looks like. This is what you should be doing.
Yeah.
This is how you should be taking care of her. This is how you should be doing him. And so I think that, counseling is really, really important. I mean, our black men don't really like to do it. But I do because they have to deal with self. And anytime we go in these rooms, we got to deal with self. And self is the hardest thing to deal with. It is most definitely the hardest thing
Shannon
to deal with.
says, amen.
Michael Jackson wrote a song about it. He said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go read some comments. Tiffany Jackson, she's saying, I literally think taking time for healing and finding your peace again. This allows you to enter a new relationship with an open mind. Star is saying, I agree. We don't think clearly when we're emotional. Okay. Star is also saying, yes, therapy and prayer. Star is saying people feel like they have so many options now, which I agree with that. I mean, I was talking to my partners, and I'm gonna tell y'all, me and my partners be talking some real shit. You know what I'm saying? And all of us have been through a lot in the relationship category. And it's crazy. It's fucked up that we all are thinking like that. But, I be telling you my fucked up moments. I be telling you, a lot of these nice looking women and women that we call dimes and women that we call are fine, they be the most fucked up.
Why do y'all feel like y'all got all these options?
No, but
Where
that's
they at?
That's what somebody else is saying. They feel they got more options. And the point that we are now, I would much rather take a 6 or a 7 that love me and wants to make it work than to take a dime that feels like she got a lot of options, or a dime for a guy that feels like he has a lot of options. Because when people are pulling at you and you're feeling like how can you really be loyal to somebody who has been with you? It's easy to quit and give up when you got people in your inbox and you got people telling you nice looking. You got people as a guy telling you got money, you nice looking, so you got options. So you're more apt to quit because you feel like, shit, I ain't got to take all this shit. I can just start over. But it just seems like to me that people have stopped trying to work through their differences in the relationship. People are quitting way too early. These new relationships, they're not built on anything. These relationships are not built on anything. They want overnight success. They microwave everything. They want you to meet some. They want everything. They don't want to go through nothing. You don't want to struggle through anything, especially. And I understand these long-term relationships, but especially these marriages. You took a vow to God that you're going to stay there through the thick and the thin. And the first time it gets very difficult, you both out.
Right.
The divorce rate is so high now because people are not staying in relationships anymore. They're just not. They're bailing. And it's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna open up the information line. If you guys want to call the number, Tristan, would you tell them and put it in there as well?
Yes, the call-in number is 501-650-9726. I'm going to type it in the comments.
Sandy is saying not just black families, all family. Yes, Sandy, I agree with that. Star is saying definitely giving up way too fast. Shannon Johnson is saying, damn it, level preach. Yes. I do believe that. The people, Nikhil Jordan is saying, I know a guy that don't have a father and is so negative against his partner's father. Therapy is needed in our black families. I agree with that. Tiffany Jack is saying, hey, Dree.
Hey, girl.
Let me see if I've read all of the comments on there. I'm opening the request line 501-650-9726. I'm gonna get Chris Way up on the line pretty soon, but I wanted to make sure that let me see. Nick told you saying something, even though it's not coming up. Can you bring a table to what? Okay, no, that's okay. I'm opening up. I'm going to if we are done talking about all of your comments, I'm going to get Chris Webb on the line. But I want to give you an opportunity to add some perspective to this conversation. If you're out there and you would like to call in your comment, the information line is open, 501-650-9726. Tristan is just pinned the number there, so if you want to call in. Let me make sure that you got anything to add to that, Andrea? Anything else you want to add? Let me make sure I've hit all my bullet points.
I mean, I do think some marriages and some people do quit fast, but I think that there are a lot of people out here that don't.
That stick in it?
Yeah, they're sticking, especially like spiritual people. To me, they stick in it a lot longer. I know I did because of those reasons. But I do think that there are some people out here that really fight for their marriage. Right. But I think it does have to be, two people wanting to do the same thing at the same time.
Should you stay in a relationship because of your kids?
Well, I think not solely.
Not solely. I think it should take it into consideration.
Yeah.
Because kids are important.
Kids are important.
And when you think that you're hiding that from the kids and sheltering, kids are a lot smarter. They got the internet. So they are privileged to a lot more things too. So when you're leaving, you got to think about how this impacts you, how this impacts your babies, how this impact, your relatives. Not only do people have a relationship with you, but they're having a relationship with your partners.
Yes, and they shouldn't have to cut. Sometimes they have to cut you off because and
do you feel like when I quit you, my family better quit you, right? Do you feel like
my mother did have that kind of rule? It's you don't be mean, but it's like I love you as long as Dree love you, and when Dree ready to cut your damn neck, it's over. Because, and it's not that I have to be mean to you. It's not that I have to be ugly to you. It's just that when it is over and she's decided to bring this new person or this new partner in, we need to accept them and we need to treat them as such. And so
you believe they got to quit the old people?
I don't think that they have to, but you don't go and invite them to the damn family events and shit. You don't do that. You don't be like, hey, girl, still come over here to this one. You don't do that. And people,
because it makes the new person uncomfortable.
It does, and you have to have some balance with that. It doesn't mean that you have to just be cold turkey, but you do have to say, listen, that is their relationship, and if they've decided to break that, then I need to kind of learn to separate that as well.
Ebony is saying she need her own show for this. Ebony, I need you to call in. Ebony Monet, I need my own show for this topic. Ebony, call in 501-650-9726. I got a couple questions to ask you. Star is saying, no, don't stay for the kids. Shannon Johnson is saying, hell no, do not stay for them damn kids. Them kids bad as hell anyway. Them kids is bad as hell, so do not stay for them. Nastarsha is saying, you traumatize kids. Yeah, I see that. Oftentimes we think we're doing a favor by staying by the kids, but if you arguing and you're not happy, the kids can feel that as well.
That's true.
Right? They can feel all of the drama and the toxicity that's in the house. So oftentimes you probably do need to leave. Star Keisha Perkins, my homegirl, she's saying, ain't nobody finna be no damn Rashida now. She's talking about Rashida and Kurt. They've been all over the internet now.
Yes, they have.
Every season.
Yes, they be all over. Star is saying, I ended up in certain toxic relationship because I saw my mom go through them. That's what we mimic, what we see our parents go through, right?
We do.
If our parents are abusive and, our mom is getting jumped on, likely oftentimes we will accept physical abuse because our parents accepted that. So we are going through things that our parents went through. Adriana is saying, when it's over, she said, when it's over, move on and stop going to family functions like your ex, etc.
I'm with her.
Oh, Lord. She said, you got to move on. So y'all don't think... Ebony is saying, baby, my story will shake the show. Come on with shaking the show. You scared?
Come on, shake it up.
Is you scared?
Are
you scared,
girl.
Ebony? Call in. She talking about, baby, her stuff will shake the show. Ebony, I'm going to give you like 2 or 3 minutes before I call Chris Webb and we move on. But I want to know what you got going on that you saying that your story will shake the show. This show has been shook.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Call in 501 650. Ebony, if you're not going to call in, let me know so I ain't waiting on you. But I'm waiting on you to call in. That's what the star said. Ebony, shake it up.
Shake it up.
Shannon Johnson is saying, my parents are still married, and I didn't see none of this shit when that we go through. Older people, they're staying power.
Just laugh out loud. No, go on, call the other lady.
Okay. Older people were just built for this. They were just built for a struggle. Back in the day, as I said, Papa had kids down the street. Mm-hmm. He had some of the same kids that were sisters and brothers the same age. And Grandma and them stayed in there. They stayed in there, Andrea.
Mm-hmm. They didn't have the options. They did not have options.
They stayed in there, Andrea.
And they were more reserved. And then you didn't have social media. And you didn't have all of this stuff. We have stuff. And it's just...
too much.
It is.
Well, let me go ahead and call Chris Webb and get on the news you can use. Let me see if I can grab Webb real quick.
I want to see what B-Level got up in these gift bags. Y'all want to see? I know y'all itching.
They nosy. You know they want to see.
Y'all want to see? Hold on. We're going to wait
they nosy.
to give us the news we can use because I need some news.
Chris Webb with the news you can use. What you doing?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you not hear me?
I can hear you now.
What's going on with you, Webb?
Pretty much, it's a good show. This is a real good show because everything that y'all are talking about, we've already talked about this. And yeah, so.
Webb, do you have single friends that you talk to about your man when you getting ready to leave him? Or do you have some married friends that committed that's going to tell you to stay?
We already had this talk.
Well, we ain't had it on air, so I'm asking you again, damn it.
I do not fuck with niggas.
Oh, my goodness. Oh Lord! So you done? You done? You ain't? You say you ain't?
I told you I do not fuck with these niggas. I can find something wrong with
It's Chris. She the problem. It's her. She the problem. It's Chris. She the problem.
Well, so you just gonna be by yourself forever?
Hey, look. I'm gonna tell you something. When you find yourself after you've lost yourself and you have real self-love, it'd be really hard for you to come up off of it because people be trying to tell you, and I'm not gonna let you treat me worse than what I would treat myself. I just we're not talking.
Well, I ain't fooling with you, Webb. I'm not fooling with you. You all sour puss. You all sour. Listen, let me get your look. No. Let me get your little your intro on so we can do this news and get your ass off this damn podcast. No, here we go.
This is the news.
You can use, and we're talking about it.
It's in the news.
With Chris Webb.
All right, all the way from Texas, we got Chris Webb with the news you can use. Chris, I did not introduce you. Did you introduce yourself to our...
Yeah, because you rude to tell I was just about that, so you not going to introduce me. Just...
No, you talking about I ain't. Come on, man. Oh, Andrea, this is Chris Webb. As you can see, she is not pro-relationship. She's had a lot of bullshit going on in a relationship, and she's given up. But I still got hope for Webb.
Her being here. I really appreciate her being here because everything she says, 100% agree. I was like, our grandmothers had they didn't have nowhere to go.
Right.
They got 13
they didn't have no money.
they don't have no education.
Right.
They had to fire.
Right.
Quit playing.
Right.
All right, Webb, I got your stuff loaded into computer. What did you have going on this week?
Okay, so I'm gonna start off sad. Okay, so this is really, 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 really sad. A girl in Iraq, her name was Lakia Thomas. I had reported on her last week about being missing. Her family was very upset because they were like, for her to go days like this and not say anything, this is not like her. They kind of already knew something was going on. Now, I'm just gonna be straight up with. We have missing kids and missing people like every week, so. Not really a big deal for me because we end up usually finding them. This week, they actually found her and she was unalive B-level.
Oh, my goodness. Mm-hmm. My goodness. Yeah. Do they know what type of foul play happened or what happened to her?
I cannot speak on that. I'm not sure. All I know is she got unalive, so I would assume that, but there hasn't been a law for me, so I don't want to speak any further than what I already know.
Well, prayers
But
go out to her
she
family.
was 28 level, 28
Oh
years
wow.
old.
Is it based out of Arkansas?
Yeah, this was at a Little Rock.
Oh, I haven't heard the
Yeah.
story.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
prayers go to her family.
Yes,
Yes.
prayers for the family.
Okay, so I know you done heard about this one, Tristan. So we had a story out of West Little Rock, Chanel, a young lady named Jolette Santiago. Actually, Victor.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me take this back. So Lorena, she went to Facebook to tell about the experience at Bath and Body Works on Chanel in West Little Rock. There was an employee named Jolette Santiago. She was in there shopping, and you know how you use like the baskets to put your things in or what you're gonna purchase.
Yeah.
She walked over to Lorena and snatched the basket out of her hand and accused her of stealing.
Oh
And
boy.
the the only thing that just really shook me to my core was that Lorena like went as far as to open her purse to show that she didn't steal anything, and then went on to tell her like what she did for a living. And I'm like, girl, now wait, if that would have been me, I've been there. I'm gonna snatch my shit back because what are we
Cause
doing
what,
here?
girl?
I'm like snatching my shit back. Like I'm confused. What are we doing? Actually, you wouldn't even been able to get it out of my hand because I'm gonna snatch you back. Like what the fuck is you
Me
doing?
too.
Yeah, cause what?
Yeah, I saw everybody sharing this lady picture, and I even seen Hollywood Tanya went up to the store or something. Didn't she, Tristan? Did you see that?
Yeah, I seen it.
She went up there. You know Hollywood Tanya. She petty as hell. She took her ass up to the store messing with the woman out there. Hollywood Tanya petty as hell.
It
She
don't
took
make
her
it no better.
ass.
She stayed in the same
Go Tanya.
neighborhood.
She
Go
took her
Tanya.
ass up there and was messing with the damn girl. She probably made the girl quit and shit.
Now, why did nobody tell me this? So I could have made Tanya hero of the week.
Yeah. Tanya went up there fucking with her. But anyway, yeah, I saw that story. What else you got, Will?
Okay, so can I talk about all my stuff or not?
Yeah, go ahead. All your stuff. Take your time, baby. Go ahead. We got time. Go ahead.
Okay, so look, y'all, we wasn't gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it now. So I don't know if y'all heard about this story. It was a woman. She had got her windows tinted, and she wasn't happy with the service. And she ended up going up there, like confronting the owner, like, "Hey, this is on."
I tell you what, Will, let me play the video, okay? Can you let me
Oh, you got- okay,
I
you
got
want
it.
the
I'm
video?
gonna play it
Okay.
for him. Hold on, here it is.
I'm gonna do what?
Okay, my nigga. Okay.
So when I get a better attitude, I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna get my shit done.
She said the windows are messed up. Okay.
It's playing now.
So-
He said they're not.
Okay.
So he gonna make three men come up here and try to tell me that it's not. That's first.
I just sent the car.
When I told him I didn't want to argue with him in the
Or
first
she
place.
asked for her money.
Now he got me irate. He wanted this.
You're not crazy. Call you crazy.
Called me a dope dealer.
I ain't calling no dope.
Yeah, you did.
Well, she
Told me I
high.
sell dope. I
She
came
high.
up here high.
Nope.
Yeah, because I was waiting on you 30 minutes, my nigga.
Hey, excuse
You
me.
had you told
Just
4
tell me to
o'clock,
come
right?
over back. Come on,
What time
sir.
did you arrive? What time did you arrive? You said 4 o'clock.
I hear me?
Damn. Damn, Will. Damn, did he kick it?
Is she on the ground?
Nah, he
Yeah.
knocked the phone. What did he do, Will?
So listen, I'm gonna just tell you, we're gonna do this little disclaimer real quick. I'm gonna just say this: you record at your own risk. Some people ain't gonna let you come up in their face with their camera. Okay?
So she was recording him and he knocked her phone out of her hand.
Yeah, she said he punched her initially, but I actually
Shit,
spoke
look like it.
with someone who spoke to him for me, and he was like, I did not hit her. I knocked her phone out her hand because she was trying to record me. And if you see, you can see he even kicked it, so he was definitely trying to do just that.
Then he kicked the damn phone. Then he knocked it out of the phone.
Yeah.
And he kicked it. You saw the phone
listen, let
spit.
me tell you. Let me tell you. So I'm gonna just be real. You be real too. So there was bubbles in the tent, okay,
Mhm.
and he acknowledged that there were bubbles in the tent. He even offered to redo a third time. So at this point, B level, you as a customer, are you gonna be willing to do it a third time?
So
or
he
you want to
already retinted it and there still was bubbles in it. So he tinted it twice.
Yes, but this is where the problem comes in. She wanted a refund plus for him to leave the tent on. And he was like, I'm not leaving the tent on and I'm not giving no refund. So y'all really only option is to get it redone. And so there is where the conundrum lied. And that's why they was going back and forth because she wanted her money back.
She wanted her money back and she wanted to keep the tent as well.
Yeah, that
Oh,
she didn't
Lord.
like.
Oh, Lord. That wasn't going to work. That was never going to work.
What?
That would. So, are you ready for the last?
Come on with the
story?
last one, Webb.
I want feedback from everybody. Okay.
Come on with it.
Feedback.
Come on with it.
Okay. So I had reported a story. It was about a girl. So she was telling us how she had been dating this dude for 4 months and they was in the shower, taking a shower together. Now, mind you, prior to them actually meeting up and getting in the shower, she had been eating some asparagus. She's really healthy. So
Girl.
she ended up being in the shower with her friend, with her little boo thing, in the shower. And she was like, I'm already in the shower. Let me just down and pee real quick. So she peed while she was in the shower with him, and he got mad. And he said it was,
Girl, with your
really
pissy
strong 'cause
ass.
she had been eating
Pissy
asparagus.
Patrick. I'd have been mad too.
And he put her out.
Yes, because Warrior more.
Hey, look at Shannon.
and he
Hey,
not
very
hey,
much severe.
Tristan, read what Shannon Johnson just said.
Okay, hold on.
What Shannon Johnson just said.
Hold on, let's see. Hold on.
Oh,
Shannon Johnson, and she should have been snatched her. And she should have snatched her ass.
no, Shannon Johnson said nasty, bitch.
I didn't see it.
Go down. Oh my goodness, is it not playing?
It's not on mine.
Yeah, she said nasty B. Oh Lord. So listen, let me ask y'all. So let me ask you this, because she brings a valid point. If you're in the shower,
That's real
Webb,
pissy.
do you get out of the shower to pee, or do you pee while you in the shower?
At
Okay,
least be like,
clear.
oh, I gotta go pee.
Ain't nobody, Tristan, hell no. Listen, I'm pissing. I'm finna piss. I'm finna piss. I'm not getting out of the shower to piss.
At least give
I'm finna let this big thing blow. I'm finna let this big
piss on
thing
me without
go.
asking. You could have asked.
Tristan, if it's to me and I'm just in the shower by myself and I'm lathered myself up and I didn't shower and I'm showering, I'm like, dang, I gotta pee.
But my thing is, how he know you pee? If your piss that yellow, you need to drink water.
I'm not getting out the shower.
So listen, Webb,
Because you should be able to. You should, as a woman. As a woman, you should be able to sneak and pee without nobody. It's behind you. Your hole behind you or up under you.
listen, Shannon is saying.
My pee is light
I am
yellow.
done.
So when
Y'all,
it
I am
water,
She
done.
shouldn't have, as a woman, he shouldn't have known that you peed, though.
Listen, hold on.
He
Hold
shouldn't
on.
have known that you peed.
Hold on, sis. Hold on a second. Let me read some of his comments while Webb is on.
shit.
So listen, Shannon is saying pee before you get in. Adriana
you
Child is
can,
saying.
but sometimes when you touch it has to pee again. And so I'm not getting out the shower.
Yeah, Adrian Love is saying, yes, get out of the shower. Shannon is saying, get your ass out the shower. Star is saying, do it by yourself, not with someone in there. Now, I'm with that. I'm with that. I'm with that too, Star. I'm with that, Star.
I ain't gonna lie, I did it before, but they ain't know I did it. They ain't know I did it.
do that with a dude in the shower with me ever.
Shit, I gotta
would never
pee.
do it.
So we can all say, so let's just take
Drea, what does Drea have to say?
Drea, you peed in the shower?
Yeah, I have. I just tell them to move their feet. You know? Fuck that. I'm not getting out the shower.
But how would they know though if the water dripping?
Well, your
down?
pee is yellow. You can tell when somebody peed in the shower.
Sometimes it be warm.
I'm
It
like,
just depends
I'm
on-
gonna say, did this bitch just piss in the shower?
My shower water be hot.
This hoe need to get out. This hoe need to get out of here. Man, listen, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. If you come to the crib and you piss in my shower with me and your ass is getting thrown out without your motherfucking clothes, you get put out my goddamn house. Do not piss in the shower with me. You know what I'm saying? You can piss at home when you by yourself, but
Drink
do
some
not
water.
piss in the shower with me. And that's I'm saying I'm
I
standing
don't think
on
he
it.
was. I don't think he was mad that she pissed in the shower.
He
I just-
said- he
I
said
just
her-
feel like he was mad because he probably smelled something.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what it was.
Because
It was
I wouldn't have got mad if
strong.
it.
was real strong.
I wouldn't have known if you peed. That's how I know. If you don't drink water, I don't want to be with you.
So it looks like Webb, you just got a lot of pissy ass followers on your
Right.
damn
Pissy ass.
Yeah, they peeing in the shower and shit.
Give a hoe the pen.
Was that all
We're
you?
water drinkers. My friends are health fanatics and they drink a lot of water.
Oh
so.
God. Was that all you got way up for this week?
Yes.
Don't get off this phone yet.
Talk about the state troopers. Make sure you talk about the state.
So listen, we're going to talk with the young lady that we seen that you had posted that video. We're going to talk to her dad. We're going to talk to her. We're going to talk to her stepmom about what happened. So make sure you stay listening, because as soon as I hang up with you, I'm getting ready to call them and have a conversation with them as well.
Okay, yeah, because they need to be made aware of what's going on, like over policing.
We are about to get on it right now. We're about to get on it right now.
Okay.
Hey,
Bye, Dre. I'm so glad you're here.
Girl, don't speak to me.
Thank you, Chris.
You picked with me all last week before I went to New York. Don't speak to me. Cause you didn't know how to do a man problem. Cause you ain't listening.
Tristan, we gotta talk about that too.
I'm proud of you. You doing your big.
Tristan,
thank you so
listen,
much.
go ahead and tell why Webb is on the phone. We got to talk about your trip to New York Fashion.
Oh yes, okay, y'all. Everybody knows that I love to do platform work. Like I do the hair shows. What I have not did was do hair for like platform artistry. Like platform artistry is like doing hair for like movie scenes, backstage for different fashion shows and events. Okay, so this was my very first platform gig, and it was in New York. New York to me is big. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Friday, I got there Friday. Friday and Saturday was just a kick it day for me. Kick it day for me. Sunday is when show start. So Sunday was the show. I had my model. I was actually the first stylist there, hairstylist there. I was actually nervous because nobody was there. I'm asking, are you a stylist? They was like, no, we're models. So I'm thinking in my head, damn, I'm going to have to, I done flew all the way up here, 1,400 miles away. I'm probably going to have to do all these people here by myself. So eventually, for stylists, makeup artists start, y'all. Started pulling up. They were just giving me so many compliments. I'm like, it's other stylists there. Why are they only giving me compliments? I noticed that I was the only one dressed to the T. Like I know you have to wear all black, but I make sure I put a little seasoning on mine. You know what I'm saying? I look like I was in bed. I had to put a little seasoning, a little slap your mama seasoning on there. So I had to, I had to put my shit on. So I got a lot of good feedback everywhere I walk. Like I can go to the bathroom, I can go to the corner store. They was like, "You are so lit. You are so beautiful. You are so handsome." I'm like, damn. These hating assholes in Little Rock don't be doing all this. No, I'm saying they do show me love in Little Rock. They do show me love in Little Rock. I'm not gonna say that, but it's like every time I go somewhere, it's like they show me so much love, and it makes me feel like I need to leave, not leave Little Rock, but soar for Little Rock. I'm not gonna say leave Little Rock. It makes me feel like I need to continue walking in my purpose.
Yeah,
correct.
So so I was downstairs. So I was downstairs in the event or whatever. I was just talking to one of the ladies, one of the models, and come to find out she ended up being a supermodel. Her name is April. I forgot her name, but when I was going live, a lot of people from Little Rock knew who she was. So I did her hair first. So as I was doing her hair, we have two directors. We have one on the makeup side. We have three. One on the makeup side, one on the hair side, and then we just got a regular director that puts everything together. That helps the designers, basically her assistant. So as I was curling her hair, we're 30 minutes in. They was explaining us what we want to do. They had little pictures. They had pictures of the picture. They kind of cut them out and showed what kind of hairstyles, what look she was going for all the models. So I was like, okay, let me get to it. So I had to do my model a little different because of course she was African American descent or whatever. She was mixed or whatever. So she had a sew-in, so I had to do the braid a little different. It was still cute or whatever. So out of nowhere, the main director was like, "Hey, what's your name again?" I was like,
"Yeah, that's what I want you to tell."
She was like, "Tristan." I'm like, "Oh Lord, please, Lord, don't make me have to." In my head, this was in my head. I was like, "I hope I don't have to go off on this trick. I hope I don't have to go off on her." I was late. I was on time. Right. What can I possibly have done wrong? They was like, "Everybody, look up here. Look at Tristan's curl. You see how it's flowing? It doesn't have any holes in it. You see how it's brushed out and it's giving this nice little pattern." I'm looking like, oh,
she was
Lord.
giving you your accolades.
Yeah, she was like, this is an example that we're gonna go for. I was like, oh my God, it made me just feel so
give you
good.
A big hand of a clap.
I was an example. Okay, I done Little Rock, you know what I'm saying, setting examples in big New York. So I was like, okay, damn, okay.
Well, congratulations, Tristan.
I just felt really good. It was I did very good. was nervous at first, but after so long, I wasn't nervous no more.
And it's good to have someone out of Little Old Little Rock to be invited to that big platform, New York Fashion Week. It is huge. It is gigantic, and to have one of our very own to go. So congratulations on that. Continue to soar high. And
thank y'all.
yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Then when whenever all the models were complete, they did their fashion runway. I cleaned up, pressed my hair out a little bit. You know, I had the 32 inches in then. So I got upstairs. When I went up to the main floor, somebody grabbed me and it was like, "Hey, you come here." And all I heard was a distant voice in the background. I was like, "Oh yes, he is everything." Come to find out, it was the housewives of New Jersey. Her name was Jennifer.
I saw that pic.
She wanted to take a picture with me and stuff. So it just made me feel really good.
And I saw you posted the pic too.
Right.
All right. Well, congratulations,
Thank y'all.
Tristan.
Congratulations
Thank y'all.
again,
Well, I'm gonna
Tristan.
get off the phone and go ahead and call and we talk about this over policing situation next.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Talk to y'all later.
You have a good
Bye,
week.
Chris.
Bye. Work on your math
Bye-bye.
skills. Work on that math skills.
Boy, 125, 125.
It ain't one to the Pim Doss.
See you later, Will. All right, let's go before I know we've been going long. Let me go ahead and get this parent name. Let me go ahead and call them right now.
Thank y'all for sharing. Thank y'all.
Yeah, we're about to talk with someone, and if you'll just let me get them on the line. Somebody whose
Thank you,
16-year-old
Dina.
daughter was arrested. Let me see if I can get them on the line right now.
Yeah.
Earl,
Yes, sir.
are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me very loud and clear?
I can.
Okay, Earl, you're on live. I've got you on the podcast with Andrea and Tristan from the Unpacking the Baggage podcast, and I've been telling them, are you there? I know that you was going to have. Is it you're going to have your wife and your daughter around you and being able to communicate with you as well?
Well, not my daughter.
Okay.
She's not a.
Okay,
not
but it's
ready
just
for
you
home.
and,
It's just-
you and your wife, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I want to go back and give you the opportunity. You contacted me, I think, on last Thursday and told me that your daughter was at the Star. You had saw us talk about a situation that happened at the Star Bowl at War Memorial, I guess, about a couple of weeks ago, where this officer, Dakota, what is his last name? Dakota. Help me with his last name, Earl.
Daily.
Yes, Dakota Bailey. And he had some interaction with your daughter as well, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us basically, let me do this before you start. I'm going to play the video that you sent to us, and then we're going to talk about what actually happened, okay? So I'm going to play for you guys that have not seen this before. This was at the Salt Bowl, which was at the War Memorial Stadium, I guess, a couple of Fridays ago, when there was a lot of just haywire behavior. I think there were a lot of kids out there fighting, and so the police was just being overly aggressively over policing. And so let me start by playing this video, and then Earl will come back and talk about it, okay? So just hold silent.
Okay.
You won't hear it on the phone, but if you're looking at it on your live, you'll be able to hear it on your phone. Here it is. And there will be video that will be played halfway through it once the police turn his microphone on from his body cam.
Listen. Pay attention. You don't set the fucking rules now. Not the pro.
Okay, so I just actually played the video, Earl, of the situation that happened with your daughter. If you're just tuning in, I am talking to Earl. Earl? How do you pronounce your last name? Rancifer?
That's it,
Okay,
Rancifer.
Rancifer. Just explain to the people the video that you just watched. First of all, how did you get that video? And let's go back to the night that your daughter was engaging with the police. From her standpoint, what happened that night?
Absolutely. So, we got a call late that night saying, hey, your daughter is up here in handcuffs. And so once we got up there, she was released to her mother. And, we didn't know anybody's name, anything like that. And then the video came out without the trooper snatching the phone. And my daughter was like, yeah, that's the same trooper. So I went ahead and submitted FOIA requests to all the agencies that I knew was out there. And and I just got this video Friday, which, they were past their 3-day limit.
Okay.
But I got the video, man. I don't know. I almost lost it.
So let's start from the beginning. In the video, I can see your daughter approaching the troopers. Why was she walking towards them? What was she doing in the video that she was actually? The troopers were all standing in the circle, and I kind of saw your daughter kind of approaching them. Is that what happened?
No, she was going to look for her friends that she rode with, and they were her ride.
Okay.
And so she wasn't trying to talk to the troopers or anything like that. And she walked in with everybody else that came in, and they just initially went towards her.
So do you know why they grabbed her out of all of the 5,000 kids that was there? Why did they pick your daughter out of all of the other kids? Why do you feel like they approached your daughter?
It's because she's black. That's why they approached her.
Wow. But there were other black kids there as well, right? So you're saying that the troopers approached out of all of the black kids around, they came up to your daughter.
So at that time, that the Salt Bowl was over. It was like 11 o'clock that night.
Okay.
All the fights and everything that was going on outside. The group of people that she was walking in with simultaneously, those were all white people. There's no other black kids, no other black person there.
Was she waiting on? Okay, so she was trying to get back with her ride so they could leave, right?
Right.
The troopers, which was headed up by Trooper Dakota Bailey, approached her. Did they say anything to her?
Well, Dakota Bailey, which he's a sergeant, he was standing off to the side where you seen all those troopers standing over there. Mm-hmm. He didn't come to after the fact. It was two other troopers that mainly went ahead and started grabbing on her. They didn't say anything. They were just pushing her back. She said she told me that they took turns pushing her backwards.
Was they were pushing her backwards in an effort to push her out of the stadium, or why were they pushing her backwards?
Yes, back outside the gate.
Okay. So was she trying to what? Okay, so that video that was taken, was that inside of the stadium or was that on the outside? That video that you provided us with?
That was on the inside of one of the gates.
Okay. And so she obviously had gotten, and I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but I'm trying to make the connection to how the trooper, came in contact, why they came in contact, what they did when they came in contact with your daughter. Can you cover those? You've already said she was on the phone with her friends trying to find the way that she got there.
Right.
It was after the game.
After the game, she was just trying to make contact with them. Basically, she was trying to find the section number that's on, I guess it's posted on the walls on the inside. And they just say what section she was at.
Did they ask her? Did they say, hey, where are you going? I'm just trying to figure out how this situation.
It was not enough time for them to ask anything. The only thing that they were telling her was to get the fuck back.
And those were the words that they used.
And that's the words that they use.
Okay. They engaged.
And it went from, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You go ahead and tell me what in your words.
And it went from, get the fuck back to she telling them that, hey, you don't stop touching me, get your hands off me. And then, they decide they want to sling her around.
So in the video, they take her and they slam her down to the concrete. It looks like they put her face first down. They took 3 officers to handcuff her. Was she kind of kicking? Was she resisting? Tell me the mindset of your daughter. What did she say she was doing at this time?
She didn't know what was going on. She probably weighed 105 pounds.
Right.
Three big troopers on top of her, on her back, one cuffing her, and the other one has his hand around her neck and decides he just, can talk shit at the same time and then use her neck as a brace to, push himself up.
And I heard your daughter screaming on the ground, and I heard the troopers saying something, but I could not make out what they were saying to her. Did she tell you what they were saying to her while she was on the ground and they was on top of her?
It was something along the lines, you don't get to make the fucking rules now.
Wow.
So they pick her up. They didn't take her to jail. Did they give her an opportunity to call you? Did somebody else call you or call her mom? How did you guys know that she was in contact with them? How did one of the friends reach out to y'all, or what happened?
One of the friends reached out to her mom, and her mom in turn, called us, and that's how we got notified of it.
What? Go ahead, Earl.
It was more interaction at the vehicle. She explained that they threw her on the vehicle, on the hood of a car.
Of a police car?
Yes.
Okay, so they threw her on the hood of the police car, and what, they just was roughing her up at that point? Did anybody stop to film this? Did she see anybody filming this? Did no one stop to help her? Nobody stopped to ask any questions? People were just walking. I guess you said it was 11 o'clock and so it was over. Was there a lot of people still leaving? Was people around her?
It was people outside. But, nobody decided, took the opportunity to take a video or try to intervene when they see it's a kid. And the trooper's whole demeanor changed when she tells them that she's 16 years old.
So she did tell them.
Their whole attitude changed.
Yeah, so she did tell them at some point in time, I'm 16. And when you say their demeanor changed, they start handling her better?
Better.
Okay.
A whole lot better. And one of the original troopers that took her to the ground and everything walked off.
And so what has happened since then? What have you done since then after that night to get some justice for your daughter?
Well, seeing that I got it, I had to wait for the video, to be released, and they were very reluctant to release it to me. But, they released it. I asked for additional stuff. I haven't got a reply back. But we intend on going down first thing tomorrow morning, to make a complaint, to find out who these troopers are, and to get this incident report that they're supposed to have done.
So, and there were state troopers, and we did understand from talking with Deja's situation that the state troopers don't have to wear their body cams. So where did you get this video from? Where did this video come from?
So once I knew that my daughter was involved with something dealing with law enforcement, it's War Memorial is ran by Parks and Recs. So they have rangers. I know there were sheriff deputies out there, and I knew there were state troopers out there. So I instantly forwarded all 3 of them at the same time. And I started getting body cam footage and dash cam footage from the sheriff's department, and nothing from state police. State police claimed they didn't have anything. Their troopers, many of them didn't drive their vehicles, so they didn't have anything.
Wow.
But, watching the videos from the sheriff department, I see state trooper vehicles with their lights flashing.
Right.
And their policy is that anytime their lights are flashing, their dash cameras automatically start, recording, and they have body mics that are synced to that dash camera.
So you're saying that
and they came back and said that they couldn't release it because it involved a juvenile male. And I told them I wasn't interested in a juvenile male. It's the female that I'm more interested in. And they still cited, because it's a juvenile, we can't release it.
So you're saying that there were the dash cams are connected to their cars, and once their lights are hit, it activate their body cams. Are you saying body cam or voice cams? Those are 2 different things.
So they have microphones. They wear microphones that's synced to their dash cameras.
Okay. But they don't have
State
video with
troopers
them.
do.
But they don't. The only video aspect is in the car, correct?
Correct.
And so if your daughter was away from the car, you wouldn't have any video to get from them because their video was attached to the car, which the car was outside. But you got that video from the range part. Have you been able to get any video from War Memorial, the stadium itself? I'm pretty sure they have cameras around the stadium.
And so that's the video that I'm still waiting on.
Oh, wow.
I haven't got it. What they told me was as soon as they got my request, they called, said, "Hey, Mr. Ransford, we got your request. It's so much that you requested. It's going to take us a long time to get it." So I try to help them narrow down on what my daughter looked like, what she was wearing. And the only video that I got was from that one park ranger that the footage that we got.
So what would you like our people to do? What would you like to come from this situation? You're saying that you're going to go tomorrow and you're going to file a complaint with the Arkansas State Police. I think Deja has already did that. What would you like the people to do to help you out in the situation?
Man, share it, man. Contact your senators, your congressmen. This shouldn't happen to anybody. And my daughter and the other teenage boy that was involved, those aren't the only two instances that took place out there. There's a bunch of other ones. I actually got video of other people being done or complaining about how they were done to police officers, about the state troopers, but they were complaining to the sheriffs. And those deputies were like, "Well, that's between you and the troopers."
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Something's got to be done where these troopers got to be held accountable. If you look at state troopers, all of them look alike by design. So you can't hardly identify any of them. They all wear everything alike. They look alike.
And so at this point, you're going to file that FOI, or you're going to go make a complaint with Arkansas State Police. Well, how is your daughter doing today? How is she mentally? That's something very traumatic to go through as a 16-year-old daughter. How is she today?
As good as she can be, given what has transpired to her. My daughter is, always talked about being in law enforcement, a criminal investigator, solving homicides and stuff like that. And for this to happen to her, she's like, fuck the police.
Oh, wow. Well, as I told Deja, I'm always super sensitive to over-policing. I believe that there are a lot of great police out there, but I also believe that there are a lot of bad police officers. And so I'm always going to use this platform because I do understand that sometimes people don't have a voice, and your strength in your numbers. I would say to you that I am praying for your daughter. I am praying for your family. I will share this video outside of this podcast. And what Earl is asking you guys, if y'all are listening, to share, because your strengths are in numbers. Share it. Do not let these police over-policing and racial profiling, which I don't know if this was this. But for whatever reason, it did not take 3 officers to control a 16-year-old. How much does your daughter weigh?
About 105.
So you got 3 grown, trained officers having to take a 16-year-old that's 105 pounds down. That could have been my daughter. It could have been your daughter. It could have been Andrea's daughter. And so I would say we have a responsibility to rally around Earl and make sure we give him the support. And if you guys will, please, I'm going to post this video after please share it. Earl, I will tell you that please contact me and let me know what happened. We'll follow this case, and please reach back out to me and let me know what happened. Obviously, they told Deja that they were going to do their own investigation. And obviously, when you do your own investigation by internal affairs, they can decide to do whatever they want to do for their officers. Do you plan on seeking attorney? Do you plan on filing suit? Do you have any other plans like that?
So yes, we've been in contact with several lawyers. One of which Ben Crump's office has contacted us. In dealing with Arkansas, I didn't know this until, today, that Arkansas doesn't have very many attorneys that go against
The
police
Little Rock Police.
departments.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe have 2 or 3.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
So you're forced to seek,
believable.
counsel outside the state, which is, attorneys aren't free.
Yeah.
And so, and that's why I waited this long before I filed a complaint with the police department, any agency, because once they start investigations, they shut down shop. They won't release anything to you.
So you wanted to get the
Citing
footage
it's
first.
under investigation.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Earl, we thank you for giving that information to Brian, and we will most definitely keep your daughter in our prayers, and we thank you for the awareness of this as well.
And I'll try to keep you updated on how everything going, because they're going to try to sweep it underneath the rug like they try to do most everything else.
Yep,
But I'm on their ass.
and
I'm
rightfully
my
so.
daughter's voice. I'm
Stay
on
on
their
it.
ass.
Yes.
Rightfully so. I couldn't imagine, getting a call where, Randy or Kaya, they're both 16, they're both my daughters, are at a function and they're brought down to the ground. And I keep telling people that God know who to put. I promise you, I'm probably not going to handle that right. So, I'm just grateful and thankful that it didn't happen to me. But we are going to keep your daughter. We're going to keep your family in prayer, and we're going to tell people to share it. Please reach back out to me so that we can follow this case and let our viewers know what happened. If you plan on seeking some outside counsel, if you're going to have a GoFundMe for the tuition, let us know any of those things. I said tuition, but the money that you have to pay your attorney, because we can't keep turning to a blind eye. We got to do something. We have got to do something, and it is our responsibility to get all the bad cops off the street. So my prayers are with you. Thank you for reaching out to me, and then just let us know how we can be a further help to you. Okay.
Absolutely. Appreciate it.
You have a nice evening, man.
Thank you.
All right. Y'all do the same.
All right. All right, so there you have it. I don't know, Andrea. I'm super sensitive when it comes to over policing and racial profiling. I lived that in Highland Court. There were so many times that I'm super sensitive. Every time I turn on TikTok and I see something like that happen, I always immediately reach out. Obviously, this guy reached out to me. I didn't see it. But and I do understand that everything that comes to us is not like people say it, right? We have a responsibility to vet these things.
Correct.
Because we don't want to be putting out false information. And I had to go back and correct some things that we had did. Talking with Deja's case, we had put out that one Dakota Bailey had said some racist words, and then we had to come back and straighten that out. But so we do understand that they have a hard job to do as well, and their opportunity and their job is to get home and to be safe as well.
Correct.
However, there's a fine line in being safe and just over policing and racial profiling. And obviously, it did not take 3 troopers to bring a 16-year-old girl that wasn't any threat to you, that you had to slam her down on the ground like you did. So hopefully, he's able to see that through, and we're able to seek some justice for those officers that was abusing the young lady.
Correct.
All right. And so this concludes our first episode. You made it through an episode.
You made it through.
You made it through your first episode. Y'all. Working with me and Tristan is not very easy, but but it was fun. I want to say to you, welcome. I think that you'll bring a lot to this platform. As I said at the beginning, I think you'll bring a lot to the co-host position. And then I also want to give a public appreciation and thank you for Tristan, who basically stepped in and held me down.
All right, Tristan.
When I had to make a move and make a change, Tristan has been right there through every step. And even when it was not popular for him to be there, but he has stood by a brother.
I was in the hot seat.
So thank you. Please take those small gifts of appreciation for both of y'all. I'm forever grateful, and I'm hopeful that you guys can continue to build viewers and add to this platform, which I know you will.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Before we leave, we need sponsors. If you want to sponsors, do you have the email, Andrea, that they need to send an email to if they want to sponsor?
Absolutely. It's Unpacking the Baggage Podcast LR@gmail.com. Again, that's Unpacking the Baggage Podcast LR@gmail.com.
Or you can inbox myself or inbox the UTB Podcast Facebook. Now, I keep telling you guys that we're taking the show on the road. We're going to move over to YouTube. So you need to go to Brian Stewart Sr., Brian with the Y, and I want you to follow our YouTube page, put the subscribe button and so that you can be notified when we move it over. Brian Stewart Sr. This is where the video for this podcast will live after today. You can go ahead, and we understand that there are a lot of people that are not on Facebook that would like to view this podcast. So this podcast will be up tomorrow on Brian Stewart Sr. On YouTube. Okay. Thank you for sticking with us. We had some technical difficulties at the beginning, but you guys stayed with us and we're greatly appreciated. We will be back next Sunday at 7 p.m. Same bad time, same bad channel. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.